Keys for building healthy relationships. The next key, managing anger. In today's society, there's so much pressure on couples, on households, that anger seems to be on the rise. People are getting angry so easily. Well, I want to give you a very short synopsis in terms of what to do when this beast, this monster just comes in from the inside and wants to just eat you up and eat up the people outside of you. In fact, some of you are literally like dragons. You can just spew fire and just singe people right there. Anger. Here are one of 3 reasons why people are angry or become angry. Fear, frustration, or hurt. Now let's look at those 3. If it's fear, you want to ask yourself, what are you fearful of? What makes you fearful in any given situation? Where does the fear come from? Well, I want to tell you that so many people are fearful of becoming embarrassed, fearful of not being the best. And all of a sudden, they find themselves that their anger will rise up and they will become people that you don't normally recognize. Anger can be an ugly thing. Frustration. Frustration is when you've had repeated and repeated cases of somebody coming to you, and normally where there is boundary violation. I can tell you now, if you're in a relationship with a boundary violator, it's not going to change. You better learn how to deal with it. And over a period of time, frustration can build and build and build and build, and that frustration literally can become like Mount Vesuvius. I mean, we know all about these mountains that is on the inside has got the fire and you're just waiting to explode, and then the volcano will just erupt, and it's not a beautiful sight. In fact, it's hot, it burns, and it brings damage. That's what frustration will do. I would like to encourage you not to let yourself get to the point where frustration will literally spoil your life. I want to tell you the story. There was one peaceful guy in the town where we lived, that he went to work every single day, and a taxi would come and cut him off, and he would become frustrated. The next day, the taxi would cut him off. That guy actually sitting in jail today, because why? One day, he just got out, took a hockey stick, and clubbed the driver to death. I know this is very violent, but this is the result of anger that has not been dealt with. Because why? He took it, got frustrated, and he just suffered. The third one is hurt. If you've been hurt, it doesn't matter how long it was ago. You'll remember the day, the time, and the event, and the people involved. Hurt brings back anger. And hurt people hurt others. This is very sad. Hurt people hurt others because they can't help themselves. It's like when you pick up a child on his arm and he goes, ah! And he goes, hold on, I hardly touched you. It literally is not the physical hurt. It's just the hurt of what reminds him what happened before. He knows he's going to get a hiding. All right. So what you want to understand is that hurt can play a vital, vital, vital role. Now, when it comes to anger, we keep on having this thing of people saying, you made me angry. Okay. I have found that there's a way to somehow curb that. I'm going to throw what I call the acid test of 100,000 Rand. I want to basically challenge you and your wife and promise each other to do the test, and there's 100,000 Rand on the table. And let the husband say, okay, here's the acid test. You can do whatever you want to me today, but you're not going to make me angry, because I choose not to become angry. And she can do whatever she wants. She can insult him. She can throw things at him. She can even pull his hair. But if he's made the decision, if I don't get angry today, I will get the 100,000 Rand. How many men do you think will actually succeed? I'm going to bet 8 out of 10 will succeed. Yes, I'm saying there's always room for failure. But I think that most people, when they decide that the price is high enough, they will actually decide not to get angry. So what's the lesson? What is your price? What do you need to put onto an item so that you do not experience anger? Because if the price is high enough, you can choose not to get angry. I've seen people where the guy's decided and he's got such high emotional quotient, because that is the next point. If you've got a high emotional quotient, you can basically take it. I've seen a guy being ridiculed. They throw water over his face. They push him. And he just decided, I'm not going to get angry. Because why? He knows in the past when he did, he actually got into trouble for that. In fact, if he did it again, he would go to jail. Because he's got previous convictions. So you see, you are able to make sure that you can choose not to get angry. Emotional quotient or emotional intelligence is something that can improve. It's something that you can go and study. It's something that you can make your own. But if your emotional quotient is low, your propensity to get angry quickly is so much greater than for other people. So I would like to encourage you. Look at yourself. Say to yourself, how quickly do I become angry? And say to yourself, if the price or the value was high enough not to get angry, to choose not to get angry, would I control my emotions? And I want to tell you, you would. Because if the value is high enough, you will control it. Unfortunately, there is one thing that I don't have any control over that does play a vital role when it comes to how you manage anger. You've now heard how is anger experienced is through those three key pointers: fear, frustration, or hurt. You will know that each one of those three, what to do and what not to do to try and prevent getting angry. You want to place a value on it. You want to work on your emotional quotient to get it to the higher level. But I can't help for your behavioral type. Your behavioral type, whether you are a driver, a choleric, or a red, or an influencer, sanguine, or yellow, or supporter, phlegmatic, or green, or compliant, melancholy, or a blue. That is a teaching of in its own, and it plays a vital role when it comes to becoming angry or not becoming angry. So I would like to invite you to go to growth habits and then look for the course Relation Shift Legacy, and make sure that you educate yourself in getting to the next level. So here you've had it. One of the keys that you need to get right under your wing is how to manage your anger, because effective management of anger will help you build healthy relationships.